today we are joined by resident bookworm Audrey Chirenje, but we are not discussing anybody else's book today. We are looking at her anthology, This Version of Love. Now, Audrey, I've been reading from that this whole morning simply because the one that I found was so apt. And today being World Mental Health Day, it was like there. It's like, read me, I'm here. But I also know, as background information, that you also wrote this from a place of dealing with stuff. How did you find the courage to come out and say, look, I'm going through something and I actually need help?
First of all, good morning, Candice.
Oh, yeah, hi.
How are you? So, thank you for that. So, I think, I now know that writing is cathartic. It means as you write, you release the pain on paper. You're bleeding on paper. So even when I was writing this, I was just thinking, okay. So I heard you read the poem, My Secrets, My Sickness.
Yes.
Girl, that was deep.
Yeah.
Totally deep.
Even you were shocked, like, did I write that?
I was like, I could hear, I'm like, that sounds like me, but the voice. So I think from that point of view, like I've even mentioned in previous episodes, I've gone for therapy, 3 months in therapy. I know in our culture it's a foreign phenomenon, but I think it's very healthy to actually admit that, you know what, I'm struggling, I need help. And then also in my case, the symptoms were now physical, whereby I was actually in pain, then I had to go for tests and whatnot. And the results were all normal.
Yeah.
But then I was sick
and
I was in pain. Hence the recommendation to do therapy.
Now it resonated, it even resonated with Titch. Marissa picked up a line with that, chimed in with her. We all saw ourselves in it. And it's not a unique case. Anyone out there is dealing with something and they all know that, okay, I'm dealing with something, but it's always difficult to pinpoint what it is that you're dealing with exactly. So, today we are just highlighting that, go out there, find some form of help, whatever kind of help it is that you need. If it's talking to a friend, talking to a random stranger, if you think people are going to judge you even, but getting that process of healing moving and it being so important. And I think you've done that with this. You've put bits and pieces of yourself and your process throughout the poetry that's in here. How long did it take you to put this together?
Disclaimer. I actually think writing poetry is a bit easier than writing fiction, which I normally do. Yes, because 3 minutes flat, you could have written a poem and you're done. But the process, like you're saying,
3 minutes flat.
So it's the process of the stuff you've been dealing with is obviously a long time, but putting the thoughts and whatever onto paper, it's actually simple, I think.
So how long did you put the book together?
This one, I think it was less than a month.
I regret asking that again because I've been trying to put something down for the past 3 weeks.
But this is the story of my life, written down in less than a month.
So as you were putting this down, what did you want to do with this anthology?
Okay, so I wanted to debunk the notion that, how society as a people, we try to bully people into certain stereotypes. So as usual, I'm a tad controversial. I'm just trying to say, you know what, just be you. And this version of love speaks to whatever version that you're going to get, because we're all uniquely and wonderfully made after all. So I don't understand why society wants to dictate what Marissa should be like. She's unique, she's different. You are different, Tish is different. So I'm just saying to people, celebrate who you are, celebrate your version of love that you're going to get. Also celebrate the version of you at different intervals, because we do evolve as people. So today I might be this Audrey, but next week I might be different.
Tomorrow even, a whole brand new Audrey will wake up and decide to do something completely different. And I love that because, as I was reading just the titles themselves of the different poems, and they speak a lot to a human journey, a personal journey. And it's very easy to find ourselves in all these little bits and pieces that you sprayed. So thank you for that. But who is reading it?
That's what everyone should read this. And as usual, I'm a Christian, so I'm always going to put in a little bit of scripture here and there. So anyone can read this, whether you're a Christian, whether you're not, whether you're young, whether you're old. And like you were reading my poem, I'm inspired to become a spoken word artist.
I think you should. I think you should. Put voice to the words. I mean, I think it would be amazing. Audrey, thank you so much. Now, some of the things that you touch in here, of course, you've got the personal development aspect, the healing aspect, the courage aspect. There's one that is titled "Do It Scared." And a lot of us are scared to do a lot of things and we hold ourselves back. But you're like, I just do it even in that fear. Why is it important to just jump in anyway?
Okay, so someone says something profound to me. They were talking about faith. And everyone has faith, yeah? For you to do...
Faith like potatoes.
Yes, faith. Faith is the believing of something that you haven't seen. So we haven't seen tomorrow, but we can plan a whole program. We can write a whole diary about tomorrow. So you need to actually do it scared because regardless of whether you do it or not, it needs to be done. So that was why I was encouraging people to just do whatever scared. And more often than not, those things that are actually done when you're scared, they actually turn out to be the best things of your life.
True story. True story. Audrey, thank you so much for sitting down with us. This version of Love is available and everybody should be reading it. You'll find yourself in pretty much all the poems that she's written. It is a beautiful anthology. Thank you for such a beautiful piece of work. Whoever wants to get it, where do they find you?
Innovate bookstores, Amazon, and also direct from me.
Wonderful. Thank you.